Kimberly and I, we're in Virginia right now. We're going to do a couple trails off of the Poverty Creek Trail. It's out in outside of Blacksburg, Virginia. And we're going to start off on the Prickly Pear Trail. We'll go up through, we'll connect with Skullcap Trail and then Trillium Trail, and then cross the road, which is just right in front of us, and cross that into which is what's called the Poverty Creek Trail, and then follow it back up to the car. We're looking at maybe 4.5, probably 5 miles maybe. It's really nice out today. We'll have a lot of shade. You see the woods behind us, probably what we're going to see all day. And it's fairly cool and not so humid today, so should be a nice one to be out on.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. We are hardly on our trail very long, and we find this little guy right here. Oops. Little salamander. And he won't, he won't stay on. Look at him. Okay, well, that's enough.
Injure him.
He's gonna die.
He was a salamander.
This is the kind of stuff I like seeing. Okay, well, that's one. We have more to come. Well, we've made our first major climb here. I'm worn out. And
Air's
I'm out of
thinner.
Yeah, the air's thinner up here at 2,200 feet. I'm just out of shape. We haven't done this for a while. But the mountain laurel out here is starting to come out fairly good. Last year, or not last year, but a few years ago when we were up in this area, we got here first part of July and everything was kind of dying off from that. But this is kind of a photo or video of what we're seeing. It's scattered throughout the woods. I mean, there's some down through here that are, you can see, they're fairly tall in some of these bushes. But you can see in this one right in front of us, you know, they're up fairly big and down low. But we'll see this scattered throughout, and then some down below us over here. Well, we've reached our intersection of Skullcap Trail and Prickly Pear Trail. I think, well, yeah. Well, look at this. Prickly Pear Trail says it's most difficult.
Right.
All right. Well, we got through it.
We did.
And Skullcap Trail says it's most difficult. So we kind of rate from what we've done in the past, whether it be from going out to Utah or down in Arkansas. A lot of our stuff's down in Arkansas. What is difficult to us and what is not. And so far the difficulty of the Prickly Pear Trail was nothing close to what we've encountered in other areas. So I think we can live through this one.
Yeah, I would agree. It's been pretty flat, a few inclines, but really nice packed paths, which is good. They're easy to traverse.
Hey, look. Someone put a Christmas. Look at that. Look at that.
That's funny.
We're seeing all sorts of things out here.
Oh yeah.
We're in the shade like we expected. We've encountered some more wildlife on this
A
creature here of this climb that we're doing. It's not much different than that one that wore me out because I'm out of shape on the earlier one. Oops, looks like he's going home. Must have been out feeding. This is the trail that we just came down through. We're on the Trillium Trail right now. The area out through here is just really open. I mean, it has fairly high canopy, which is nice. Seeing a little more, a few more pine trees. Coming up the side of the hill, I only saw one really, and most of it was hardwoods. And now we're getting down lower again. For some reason, there's just like a pocket of pine trees through here. We're headed that way. There's a nice little stream that's coming down the mountain, crossing our trail. I guess this just feeds actually into Poverty Creek, which is down at the bottom. I think we're almost to the end of Trillium Trail, and we'll cross the road. You can see some good flow coming down from the top. We also ran across a couple springs that were either tucked up under a rock somewhere along the trail or just off the side of the trail somewhere. Trillium Trail, most difficult. I guess we kind of talked about it on the trail that as we were coming down the Skull Cap. I guess most of it is probably based on, you know, the difficulty of Poverty Creek Trail, and they say it's easy, and they say more difficult for some of the trails, and then they'll classify others as most difficult. So maybe it doesn't compare to our area, like where we've been before, but mostly, I guess, based off of Poverty Creek Trail. So it actually runs right along the creek, so you're down the bottom, you're not climbing, you might get a little wet. The creek's only maybe 4 feet wide in some places. So that's kind of what we decided, and we're gonna head down and work our way to Poverty Creek Trail. Okay, we've crossed the road. Here it is, easiest trail. I have a slightly wavy line. Looks pretty eerie down there. Not sure I want to go. Well, Kimberly and I, we're at home now. I didn't kind of finish up on the Poverty Creek Trail, how it was. Overall, it was fairly flat. You followed the creek, you were parallel the road fairly close. And what we wound up doing is going along the creek a little ways and then cutting into this little road that spurs off of the main Poverty Creek Road, and walk back up the road and back up to our car. The rest of the video, you're just going to see where we went up to Pandapas Pond. There'll be a short little introduction to it. It's kind of an adjacent area to Poverty Creek Trail. The trailhead actually starts from there and goes down to where we were at. So just wanted to kind of conclude on that, which since I didn't do it while we're out in the woods. We're down at Pandapas Pond right now. It's been a while since we've been, or I've been here anyway, probably 20, 30 years. But here's part of the wetlands, this pond. They actually stock creek down in, stock trout down in here from what the sign says. 6 fish limit. There's no lure specifications.
Beaver supposed to be down in here. Don't know if we'll see any.
Nope, don't know. I don't see a beaver dam anywhere, but
Rhododendron flowers, mountain laurel.
there's another part of the pond over there. I think there's a bridge or like a barrier, water barrier, then the other part of it. Maybe it's just a bridge too.
Yeah, benches all along.
We'll see.
Area.
They're dabblers, maybe. Okay, maybe they're divers. Okay, we were right over there. That's where we started from. It's a really small area, but it's nice. We'll have to look at the billboard over there and find out what these small green leaf plants are. But the others, most people know that those are lily pads, I believe. Okay, there's a little road right that goes right between these two, and it is sort of a barrier and a bridge, but it looks like there's an overflow over that little bridge over there. All the water must come in from that upper pond. Gaggle. I think that's what they're called. Gaggle of geese. Yeah, that's the youngest one, I believe. Smallest, anyway. Now, this is a little more interesting than down on the other side. All the trees and the lily pads. Well, these are some of the things we saw while we were out. Names of them, anyway. I didn't see any violet. Not sure if I saw any jewelweed.
Saw some cattail.
Yep, rhododendron. We saw fire pinks over on Skullcap and Trillium and that other couple trails, Poverty Creek and
Saw the
prickly pear.
On this one.
Yeah. But I'm a little skeptical about trout. The water looks pretty stagnant to be holding trout.